Welcome to everyone to our new video series where we take a look at games submitted to GDWC over the last few years from a bunch of different countries. We want to highlight new and old games that you might have already played, and others that have unfortunately slipped through the cracks. Unfortunately, we don't have 10 great games for each and every country, but feel free to write in the comments where you're watching from, and maybe your country is coming up next. Starting the series is, well, no surprise to you watching since you've already clicked on the video. We're starting with Argentina, home of Maradona and Messi, as well as some of the most beautiful nature in all of the world. But that doesn't stop Argentinians from also making some of the most beautiful games available. Here are some of the most well-known games from Argentina. Argentum Online, Forager, AM2R, the infamous Metroid 2 remake, and Trivia Crack. So let's take a look, something a little dark and a little scary. Deeply Dark comes from GDWC, and it uses a combination of multiple genres and elements to create its main hook, a survival horror roguelike with action-heavy combat. Your goal is to try and survive an ancient curse that's haunting you. You have to work against the clock to try and stop the corruption that is constantly making you weaker as you go until it finally kills you. You need to explore a dense and dark forest, use and combine objects to survive, and find a way to actually stop the curse. And over time, you'll find new artifacts that let you upgrade your equipment as you face foes during your adventure. Using their humble upbringing as inspiration, the brothers at GDWC transmit a deep message of resilience in the game, looking to challenge players to adapt positively to adverse situations. The game is available now as early access on Steam. Alright, let's lighten the mood a little bit with position number 9, but not too much yet. Golden Jar Fall from RDL Studio is an intense action RPG where the player takes on the role of Korik, the king of the Golden Jar clan. You embark on a journey facing countless enemies and dangers through dark corridors as you wield the power of the Torgabar, the All-Father of the Dwarves. If you've played hundreds of hours of Diablo or Path of Exile, this is the perfect game for you. The game is available now in early access on Steam. Okay, now let's truly lighten the mood, so light that it could get sucked up by an alien ship. Nice segue, right? Clones is next. Clones comes from Grupp Studio, a small team of 3. Solve incredible puzzles by moving all of your clones at the same time and interacting with different objects in each level. Of course, you can simply beat the level, but the devs added coins and stars for all of you crazy completionists. Clones features 100 levels and 20 skins that you can spend your collected coins on. It might look simple at first, but the levels get increasingly difficult as you go. And you can try the game for yourself. It's free on Google Play Store. And let's keep the cute look going for number 7. Super Cute Alien from Sentencia is next, but don't let its cute aesthetic fool you. Just look at this carnage. Follow Fido across multiple worlds in his action-packed platformer. You can play solo, co-op, or if you need some digital glory over your friends, play in different arena combat modes up to 4 players. And you might even recognize a few familiar faces. And if you don't believe me, you can check out these Steam reviews. The game is still in development, but you can pick it up in early access on itch.io.
Oh look, fireflies!
Up next, we've got Terratopia from Ravegun, the biggest studio from our list with a massive 15 people. That's a joke. 15 is incredibly small. But what these 15 have accomplished is truly incredible, and it shows. Join Tucho in his quest to rescue his friends and liberate the grotesque lands of Terratopia from baddies and massive bosses. You'll explore 13 unique zones packed with enemies bent on overtaking your homeland. Immerse yourself in this action-adventure game and quickly strategize to overcome your foes. You can play as either Tucho, the brawler, Benito, the shooter, or my personal favorite, Horatio, the trickster, each with their own strengths and skills. And make sure to turn off Spotify for this one. You need to hear this original orchestrated soundtrack. Terratopia came out in 2021, and it's available on PC in all modern consoles, so Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series. So I'm already getting comments as I make this video. David, I've had enough of these games that are already out. Do you have any point-click adventure games that are still in development? Yes. Well, lucky for you, our next game is just that. In 5th place, Noir Storm from Skeleton Studios is highly inspired by film noir, adventure games from the 90s and real history to create a gorgeous world set in 1952 Buenos Aires, following Daniel Leon, a private investigator whose partner has been missing for days. As Daniel keeps digging, he gets drawn into a dangerous odyssey against exiles from the Third Reich. On the plus side though, the voice acting is super engaging.
Mr. Leon, you better make up your mind soon. Now it's your turn to act.
Highly featured in the 2021's Argentina Games Expo and winner of the People's Choice Award, Noir Storm is one game to keep an eye on. As I mentioned, the game is still in development, but expect a demo coming to Steam soon. Okay, let's change things up a little bit. Our next game is Blue Fire from Robi Studios. Journey through the desolated kingdom of Penumbra in this 3D action platformer as you discover the hidden secrets of the long-forgotten lands. You'll need to master the art of movement to survive these increasingly difficult platforming challenges, slash your way through daunting adversaries, and take on strange quests to collect valuable items. The game feels like what happens if you combine Hollow Knight with a Zelda game.
Well, excuse me, princess.
And lucky for you, the game was released in 2021. It's available on PC and all modern consoles. Alright, we've made it. We're in the top 3 now. So let's take a look at our next game, Juanito Arcade Mayhem from Game Ever. When I started playing Juanito, I thought, hey, I've played this game before. And I'm not just talking about Tetris, Pac-Man, or the Donkey Kong references in-game. No, I'm talking about the 90s game Super Buster Bros, or Super Pang for anyone outside of North America. But as I was playing, the game kept revealing new mechanics from the games that inspired the levels I was in, and was totally blown away. It's a winning combination of old school nostalgia and modern sensibilities. And if you're especially into old school gaming, make sure you check out all of the different pajamas you can sport. The game is available for free on iOS and Android, and it's also on Steam. And one last thing, are you seeing these animations? Let's keep the difficulty level up with our number 2 spot. From Whiteboard Games, I See Red. This monochromatic, roguelike, twin-stick shooter has you raging through different spaceships filled with brutal enemies. Sometimes they're humans, robots, or alien races, each with their own weaponry and augments. Luckily, you can steal their weapons to destroy every enemy, every room, and use all that you can find to attack them. And by completing challenges, you can level up your outlaw character, making every new run different, with new unexplored paths, new skills, and never-before-seen fearless enemies. The combat is completely vicious, the soundtrack is stunning, and you can find out soon as the game is intended to launch August 2022 for nearly every platform imaginable. I'm talking Mac, PC, Linux, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series. And finally, in first place, a game that has been featured with GDWC before as a finalist for the Fan Favorite Award. Essay Proxy by From South Games, a duo dev team. The game is an ultra-stylish, brutal, top-down twin-stick shooter, but the catch here is that you can only take one hit and it's back to the beginning for you as you navigate through its slick, cyberpunk city. You have the choice between 3 characters, each with their own abilities, strengths, and weaknesses, and Essay Proxy is a high-octane challenge, knowing that if you make one wrong move, you're back to step 1. And if you're better than me, which is not hard, you can chase the perfect score for each and every level. Enjoy the synthwave soundtrack and booming sound design as you roll dodge, slow time, and execute foes before they do. The game is still in development with no planned release date yet, but you can pick up the demo on Steam and try your hand at a number of levels. Alright, so that concludes the Argentina video. Let us know what your favorite game was by posting in the comments below. And don't forget, you can subscribe to us so you can catch the upcoming countries list, and we'll see if your country is coming up soon.